Okay, everything is checking out. That's what's on, guys. Welcome to another video. Your boy NarikChase, and I have with me KP. We are doing another character ranker, and in this video, we are going to be talking about Mark Ruffalo's performance as the Incredible Hulk in the MCU.
Yay, love Mark. He is probably the best one I've liked so far.
And this is episode 12 of Character Ranker, brought to you by your sponsor.
Cold water, the greatest thing that you can have since sliced bread. All right.
Man. So just give me your general thoughts about Mark Ruffalo's performance as the Hulk.
I've got to say, I have truly enjoyed him playing the character. We've had two others play him in the two independent Hulk movies.
Eric Bana and Edward Norton.
Yeah. And although they were okay, I feel more comfortable with the Mark's character of him because I like the chemistry between him and Stark. The way they get along, come on, bring the green guy out. Come on, let's go. Let's get him going. He says it's not a good place to do it on board the ship. It's not a good idea. And, the banter between them. I mean, you got a highly intelligent person. You got Stark, highly intelligent person. They're poking at each other all the time. Great chemistry. I just like the way his character is. I used to watch The Incredible Hulk when I was a kid. And with the Bill Bixby character as the Incredible Hulk. And it was kind of more of a tragic story all the time. But I have a really good vibe. I like his portrayal of Bruce Banner. Or Dr. Banner, however, I can't remember if he's Bruce or not.
Banner.
Because the other one changed it because Bruce Banner and it was David Banner. And I was like, what? Why are you screwing up the movie? Stop doing that. Stop ruining movies. But I've really enjoyed him. I mean, I loved him in Thor Ragnarok. I mean, that was great. I mean, that was probably the best. Him and Hemsworth were great too. Thor and the Hulk together was great. And then when he converted back to his normal self, he's like, what? What did he say? What did he do? How long have I been? 3 years? He's such a good, just enjoyable. I mean, in person, he's great. If you see any of the interviews on like Kimmel or any of those, he's a fun guy. Very cool, calm, collective, entertaining. And then when he plays, Banner, love him. He's great. When when they characterize him as the Hulk, I mean, I have just truly enjoyed everything they've done with the Hulk in the MCU since he's taken over. Just absolutely enjoy it. Absolutely. I hate to see him go. I mean, I think he's only got 2 more movies.
No, I thought he got fired.
Ruffalo?
Yeah.
But when?
Been a few days actually.
He got fired? What?
Yeah, it has something to do with I guess he was telling too much information about the new Avengers movie. That's what I heard.
Are you sure that's not like some publicity thing?
I'm not sure, but my thing is this is the MCU we're talking about. They don't need to pull a stunt like that.
I don't know.
I heard it like 4 or 5 times. Like now between posts and on YouTube and stuff.
That will suck. I am not cool with that at all. Let's see. Blah blah. Infinity War. Blah blah blah. I do not see anything there. No, keep on chatting. Let me look this up because I am very saddened if this is true. I'm very, very.
See, Mark Ruffalo fired for teasing new Avengers film title.
Mark Ruffalo fired for teasing. What? This is unacceptable. What kind of caca is this? I am not cool with this at all. This is bullcrap. I mean, hell, freaking damn Spider-Boy shot his mouth off and then getting him fired.
They might well remove that untitled Avengers film thing.
No. See, now that really kind of makes me mad. I can understand if it was something like, I mean, you know, they're known, him and Spider Boy and
Everybody for the most
well,
part.
they're the two that talk the most. I mean, if you've watched any of the, you know, before Avengers 4, Infinity War came out, or Infinity War came out, you know, they were all kind of squeaking a little bit, but Ruffalo and Spider Garfield, no, it's not Garfield. What's the new kid's name?
Shoot, I forgot this.
Garfield was the second one. Anyway, new kid Spider-Man was shooting his mouth off, but they kind of, I mean, they do stuff like this for, you know, to pique your interest, because the movie's not coming out till next year, so you got to keep that interest going. So I can understand them, you know, squeezing here or there, you know, throwing something out there, and this Ruffalo thing, you know, I don't know, it's probably a publicity thing, who knows for sure, but I would be very disappointed. I mean, I would be really upset to lose him as the Hulk character in any of the series, whatever remaining movies he may have had left. And I thought it was like 2 or 3 movies, because I think there was supposed to be another, you know, Avengers 4 basically, and another standalone Hulk movie, and then I think there was going to be a crossover for something else. So I don't know. I'm not feeling this very happily at all. Nope. That makes my blood pressure go up. It sounds silly as it is, but I mean, when you get to like a good character or like a good actor into a character, you know, just like last time we were talking about Wesley Snipes and Blade, you know, I mean, I just have enjoyed his character. I just like the way he is. I mean, even the homages they played into the in the series with him, you know, with the purple pants when he fell through the thing as the Hulk and changed back into Banner, and the old dude threw him a pair of purple pants. I mean, you know, all the little stuff that you've seen throughout the show, poking back at the old show where he wore purple pants, and he always has purple pants on when he turns into Hulk, and when he comes back, it seems to be the magical pair of purple pants that just never destroys. Although everything else he owns is destroyed, but his freaking pants survive no matter what. You know, those are great homages, and his characterization, and when they take that, you know, the visual CGI of his face, you know, acting and stuff, and paint it onto the character of the Hulk, you know, just all the fun that they've had with that character has been great. And then, you know, mostly in Avengers 4 and the tail end of Thor Ragnarok, you know, we actually got to deal with him a little bit less as the Hulk and more as Banner, and has his conflict between the Hulk and, you know, the Hulk being a personality separate altogether. You know, has just been awesome. I've just really just enjoyed it. I mean, there's just some, you know, some characters you could just, you know, okay, they're nice, but I just look forward to seeing what's going to happen with him. That's just my personal view. But, you know, I like characters that grow on me like that, and I think that's freaking awesome.
I think he does, like with his character, unlike almost any of the other ones, he had a bit more humor to his character and made him more well-rounded.
Yes.
If you go back to the era of Eric Bana, if you go back to the Edward Norton, they were just
serious.
They were just really serious. They were like, you know, there was nothing good going on in their life in the least. And this one, yes, he's suffering from the same thing, but you get to see him have all these great dynamics with these other characters.
Yeah, he's still Bruce Banner in the end.
And,
you know, the other ones were
good dialogue too. And
but I mean, I like the portrayal of the Hulk they did in the I think it was Ed Norton one.
Edward Norton.
Yeah, when he got, you know, the theory with the Hulk is basically that more angry he gets, the more powerful he becomes. And in the way Hulk moves around is by jumping, you know, miles at a time. And in that movie, when he breaks out of the facility and just goes in complete Hulk rage and throwing tanks around like they're toys and jumping off in the miles and all that stuff. I mean, and even the more mad he got, the bigger he became.
That's the Eric Bana one.
Yeah, that is the scale of the Hulk that I would expect to see physically. And then you have, you know, the human side or the humanity of the Hulk, which is the Banner side, which I have also enjoyed. And I love the very first Avengers movie where he's standing on the deck of the Shield's helicarrier. And he's like, oh, great, we're going underwater. Well, what if he pops up? This is not a good thing. And he was all paranoid. And he goes, nope, we're going up.
Yeah.
and then the fight scene in the helicarrier was freaking badass. I mean, that was awesome. Especially Thor and him going at it, just nailing the crap out of each other.
The two best fights with the Hulk. The two best fights is him and Iron Man, and him and Thor in Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, in Ragnarok or in Avengers?
No, in Ragnarok, because in that one, it was more extensive.
Like yeah. I'm with you.
See them two actually brawl.
Yeah, they were. Hulk was in complete rage mode and just didn't even know who the hell he was, and just went right after Thor. Hey, we work together. and then when Thor gets beat like Loki did, he's like, yeah.
And I do like that about Mark Ruffalo's performance. He just makes his character feel so it's more well-rounded. There are moments where he's really serious. There's moments where he gets nervous. There are moments where he's funny. And would you say a lot more of the funny aspect of him in Ragnarok? But in the other films, you do get to see those other aspects to Bruce Banner's characters too. And they managed to make his character Bruce Banner as interesting, pretty interesting. Yes, we all like the Hulk. The Hulk is badass. He's cool and stuff. But they did a great job of making the character of Bruce Banner very interesting. And a lot of that had to do with Mark Ruffalo. And also another good thing that they did with the character that made him stand out, made him a standout character, is when he's not the Hulk, he stands out among the rest of these people because everybody else is super. Yeah. Everybody is. You got Captain America, this the peak of human perfection. You got Thor, that's this god. You got this assassin. You got this billionaire with a robot suit. And you got Bruce Banner, who's like this normal guy that's standing with them.
Yeah, he's just like the Joe Schmuck of the group.
Yeah. Now, of course, when he goes Hulk, he's like the strongest one.
Yeah.
So I like that contrast. He's like the strongest one on one end, and then at the same time, he's like the weakest one too.
Yeah, that's the thing. He's got his mind in one end and his body in the other. When he, depending on which, form he's at the time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And I just like what they've done with the character. Now, what do you think of the overall Hulk design?
I've liked the improved version of the Hulk. Much better.
And I think he looks more realistic than the other two. The first one, Eric Bana's version had its moments where it looked realistic, but there was moments where it was clearly CGI. The same thing with Norton's, it would look realistic, but there are moments where he looked really CGI. It wasn't bad, but you could tell it was CGI. But with this one, it's more motion capture and all of that. And they've come a long way with the motion capture. And like you said earlier, they plant his face on it. So it looks a hell of a lot more. It looks better.
Oh yeah, it gives him a lot more depth of character, especially mixing the current, the technology that James Cameron developed for Avatar is carried on greatly into a lot of movies. That motion capture with his face, because it looks like him. It's not just a. Yes, we know it's CGI. Yes, we know it is there, but it's his face. It's his molding into the character, and through his face expressions and such, you get a better character than just a CGI character rendered. We'll just do some generic face movements. This is actually his face, which is cool. It makes it a lot more believable. We know that the Hulk obviously can't be physically duplicated because, he's going to be like 8-9 foot tall, 2-ton character. It's not going to be something that you can just slap on a rubber suit and do. It's just not physically possible. But they have definitely made great strides in portraying the character, giving him emotion, giving him flexibility, as well as the brute power of what we know of the Hulk character itself.
Because even with the Thor Ragnarok, we actually get more insight into who the Hulk is.
Yeah, because now you have the Hulk walking around instead of Banner. And it's funny. And just in, again, it's, Mark Ruffalo pulling the character off. And it's funny. Just seeing what the personality of the Hulk is all about. He had been the Hulk for 3 years, at least 3 years at that time. when before Thor even showed up, just due to the time shift. But
Mhm.
still great. I mean, I really have, out of the three, he is my most favorite. He's the most believable, the most realistic, the most what I would expect Dr. Banner to be.
Let me ask you this then, because this is one of the things I do like that they written into, and I wish, well, they're probably not going to continue it now, but that they introduced that was different, but I actually liked it, and that's his relationship with Black Widow.
They kind of started on that in the Avengers movie, and
Yeah.
then the tail end of the Avengers movie, you knew there was some chemistry going on there. And then when he was back in Ragnarok and was able to read the message that he ignored the first time, and it calmed him down. And then kind of they didn't get too much into it in the Avengers movie, but I mean it was there.
War.
Infinity War, yeah.
Yeah, they started it. They kind of started it in the first one, where you see her afraid of the Hulk, which I like that one because they made the Hulk. That was the first time you actually seen Black Widow like scared.
Yeah, because
They portrayed it like she did, like against all these other people, she might have could do something against them to get out of it, but against him,
no,
no. That was
there's no surviving. He popped her. She's done. She's just
so.
done.
I do like that they switched. They use that as a developing moment for them in Avengers Age of Ultron, which you actually see that there is something there. There
Yeah,
is a relationship there, which I really liked. And I like that they, like you said, when they brought it up in Thor Ragnarok with that, it showed her, he saw her in that message, and you saw the physical reaction, which made him.
yeah. He literally changed.
And then they kind of picked up on it in Infinity War.
Just briefly though,
Yeah,
they jumped into the accelerator mode, but you could see it when he came back and came off the plane and saw her for the first time. There was definitely something getting ready to go on there, but then they just accelerated the storyline. So
I wish they could have explored that. I wish they did.
it was already a
And
three and a half hour movie.
I wish, and I hope that even though Mark, I guess he's fired. I hope the Hulk has to still be in this movie because they said they
Well, he's
finished
already been filmed. He's just not going to be
after
doing
that.
a tour.
Yeah, so it's like after that he's not going to be in it anymore, I guess. But
Yep.
I hope that in this movie, in the sequel, they bring it back. They talk about it. They either make amends or you know what I'm saying. You want to see some kind of conclusion to that story.
Yeah,
And
they need to do something with it.
yeah, and yes, it is Black Widow. You don't expect her to get all mushy and stuff. But since we have introduced that aspect of her character, let's go ahead and continue on a little bit. Hell, you got Steve Rogers and that old girl, and they still just like Tony Stark and Pepper Potts.
Yeah,
You've already introduced it,
it's there. You let the cat out of the bag.
and I'm glad in Infinity War you saw that Pepper was still relevant to Tony.
Yes, very much so. And we're probably going to see that in Avengers 4 too, because I just read something about Pepper being in there too. So
Yeah,
something might be
yeah,
going on.
it's something I ain't gonna say it though. um, But yes, I think that Mark Ruffalo does a fantastic job with the character. They could not. They've did with almost every character they've done in the MCU so far. They've done a fantastic job casting the cast for for those people. He's a great Hulk because he's a likable character. He's a cautious character. He shows moments of fear and stuff. He shows a lot of restraint. And like I said, back in Ragnarok, you see more of the dynamic between the Hulk and Bruce. You you see how they kind of see each other,
Exactly.
and I
They know of each other's existence, but they don't really acknowledge that per
and
se.
also another thing in Infinity War, one thing I did like, even though he knew he couldn't turn into the Hulk, he still tried to fight. He still tried to help.
Yeah, he put on the Hulkbuster armor.
He still tried. That's another thing that I liked about his character.
Yep, he knew he was going to be uncomfortable. He knew he had stood a chance of getting his ass handed to him.
And
But he still went after it anyway.
and I like and it's great how they've done what they've done with what he's done with the character, because in some moments, he doesn't want to turn into the Hulk.
No, he's scared to turn into him. He's afraid to lose himself.
And that's what I said. Ragnarok explored that, and I like that. Just like the first moment that you see him, like, okay, I'm going to change to the Hulk on the Avengers, when he was like, now it's what Steve Rogers like, now might be a good time to go green. He's like, get angry. He's like,
I'm always angry.
Like that right there.
And then he hulks out and punches that thing right in the head. Great. I was like, perfect. That was awesome. That was the fact. I was just thinking of that same exact scene too.
And I like this Hulk because this Hulk is destructive.
Oh, yes, very.
And I love that about that. I love that about this Hulk. He is destructive. Like, he messes stuff up. You even get a moment. It wasn't him. He was being, he was altered mentally a little bit, but he was killing people.
Yeah. Smash them flat into the damn walls.
So I like that. They did a great job. Mark Ruffalo is a freaking awesome Hulk. Too bad after this next movie he won't be Hulk no more, unless they can do something.
Yeah, but I'm just hoping they're bluffing and being stupid and just trying to hype up the movie. I hope so, because I'd be really disappointed. I would definitely be very disappointed for that.
You know what? We forgot to do a rating for Blade.
I was wondering about that, but I said, we'll just let it go. We'll let it go.
Okay, we're gonna pick up on here now. Mark Ruffalo as the Hulk. What would you rate him?
I'm gonna go with a full 5. I like the character way too much. I like him. I like the acting. I like his style. I like the way he portrays the Hulk in motion capture. I like the way he is as Dr. Banner himself. I love the interaction that he completes with all the characters, especially dealing with Iron Man, poking it, and then of course the Hulk and Thor. Their combination, their chemistry is excellent. I don't think I would really expect. I would be very critical of anybody now taking on that role, because I would just be expecting that performance expectation, I guess.
Yeah,
I would be expecting a Mark Ruffalo. So I'm gonna definitely give a 5 on that one. I just enjoy the character way too much.
I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5, which is real. Which is still good. I rarely give 5s unless I'm like, okay, that person like owned it. Like I know, like kind of like with the Wesley Snipes. I say Wesley Snipes the 5 out of 5 because he owns the role of Blade. But like Mark Ruffalo, I've seen it. I like Edward Norton as the Hulk, and like I said, I like Mark Ruffalo's version of the Hulk too. And there's very few characters I'm like, okay, they own that role. And I say he did a great Hulk. But I can't say honestly that he owned it. So when you say Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, it's like, yeah, that's a 5 out of 5. He owns that role.
He fits him so well because he was like that in real life. You can't cast anybody better than that.
So for Mark Ruffalo, I'm gonna give him a 4 out of 5, which is still really good because 3 out of 5 is like good, and then you got 4 out of 5, which is above good, and then
you have some doubt, you have some connection with Edward Norton.
No, I'm just saying he did a great job as the Hulk, but to me, he didn't personally. He wasn't like the Hulk, because I've seen other versions of the Bruce Banner, but I thought was actually really good too. So 4 out of 5 for me.
There you have it, folks. Right there on episode 12, the Hulk on character ratings, character rankers, character rankings. Wow.
All right, then.
Read the sign.
Let us know in the comment section below. What did you think of Mark Ruffalo's performance as the Incredible Hulk in the MCU? Also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys on another video.